Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to look at some images and see how we can get them on our system. Before that, I really don't like going through installations and stuff, but because it's basic stuff and it's different for everyone, so it's going to be different for me and different for everyone who's watching this, so I can't really go through an installation. You just type docker install and pick where you want to do that. For CentOS, for me it's Debian, and follow the commands. And you should be able to get Docker pretty easily. Of course, once you have done with all this, just type in Docker to be sure it's working. You don't have to start anything, as I have mentioned before. After that, now we are back to topic. The public registry from Docker itself is called Docker Hub. So you will find all of the images on this website. And this is where Docker, essentially your client that installed on your machine, will work. So this is where all the major images are. MySQL is here, and let's say Nginx is here. Of course, Ubuntu. That's not the right spelling. Ubuntu is here. Your CentOS is here, and the most beautiful thing is you can just sign up and create your own account, and your own configuration would be here. So you can push your own image that easily. So, and all major softwares, OSs, everything is present thanks to community. And that's where the registry is. Now back to your own terminal. If you want to see what images your own machine has, it's that easy. Docker images, I have nothing. I have no image whatsoever. So I cannot create containers without image. I need an image to tell the container this is what an instance of an image you have to create. So container has to have an image. So we will just pull one from Docker Hub. All you have to do is mention the image name and the tag. It could be latest. By default, it's latest. Or if you want particular version, you have to mention that. By default, it's latest. So I'm just going to say, hey, let's get CentOS. Using the default tag latest, and it is starting to pull CentOS. And you can see it's just 75.18 MB. That is very, very small for an entire operating system. That's why, and there you go. You have an operating system on your local host. Expanded size is 209 MB. That's great, right? But this is not where the beauty is. Beauty is when you want to run a container from this, it's going to take less than a second. Watch. So you tell Docker, I want to run this image and I want to interact with it with my terminal. All right. And you just say which image you want to use. I want to use CentOS. And which command do I want to run? Let's say I want to use its shell. All right, so I'm going to use its bin bash, which is, of course, your terminal. And let's go. There we go. Now look at this. Root at BAA random IDs. This is actually a container ID. You are inside a container. You're not in a local machine. You're inside that container in a different operating system. And that's how little time it took. So, of course, if I go to my root, this is my root. But if I go to the root of this container, it's different. Obviously it's different. I'm just trying to show you that this is not my host machine. This is we are inside a container which has its own configuration, and it has all the basic Linux command and everything. So that's how you create a container from an image. I hope it's easy. All you have to understand, you tell the Docker run, and I want to interact. This is you interacting with it from my terminal. So you can also write directly IT together. Of course, that's basic Linux. And there you go. That's your container is there. And you want to exit, you have exited, but the container is still there. You came out of the container, you're in your host machine, but the container is still running. How do we know that? We say docker ps. This is the command to see all the containers, but you see there is no container mentioned here. This is ES's names that just got splitted. So there is no container. What happened? This command shows you the containers that are active. When you exited, you stopped the container. That's how it's going to work. Your container is now stopped. It's not active. To see all of the containers, inactive ones to use A. So this is the name of the container, randomly is container ID, and this is the name of the container, randomly assigned, so you can memorize it easily. This is the image it used. We ran this command and created 2 minutes ago, exited 52 seconds ago. So that's, let me just close this. We didn't utilize any ports, so container is still there. And if you want to remove this container, you just Docker remove this container. Of course, you can copy the ID, or you can just use the name. I don't want this container anymore. So in this short period of time, you downloaded an operating system, you installed it, and you used it, and you removed it. That's the power of Docker right there. And you can have multiple images. And in the next video, we will see how we can create our own image. That's where the basic of Docker lies.